Hello, everybody, and welcome to another installment of the Soong Files. Everything you never wanted to know about the Star Trek. Today, we're going to be talking about everyone's favorite number one and what happened to him after he left the USS Enterprise E. But first, let's go ahead and do a quick little background on Mr. William Riker. William Thomas Thelonious Riker was born on April 15th, 2335, in Valdez, Alaska. The son of Kyle and Elizabeth Laura Betty Riker, Riker's mother died when he was 2 years old. His father, a civilian strategist for Starfleet, was kept away from Earth by his duties for extended periods of time, forcing Riker to largely raise himself. Riker entered the Starfleet Academy in the year 2353 and was a member of the Zeta Squadron. His first assignment out of the Academy was an officer posting as an ensign aboard the USS Pegasus under the command of Captain Eric Pressman in the late 2357. In 2364, Riker transferred to the USS Enterprise D as the number one officer on board under command of Captain Jean-Luc Picard. He served in this position for 15 years until he finally accepted a command of his own on the USS Titan in the year 2379. This was confirmed by Riker's last canon appearance in the Star Trek film Star Trek Nemesis. But what happened to him and Troy after leaving the Enterprise? Did they live happily ever after, or did things not work out for them? Well, let's discuss. Immediately following the event of Star Trek Nemesis, the Titan was dispatched to Romulus to provide security for relief and diplomatic efforts with the troubled Romulans. Spending time with several Romulan commanders, including the soon-to-be Praetor Donatra, Riker gave a newfound perspective to his once formidable enemy. In the year 2381, the USS Titan finally began its real mission, to explore the Gum Nebula. As captain of a deep space exploration ship, Riker excelled. He and Troy worked tirelessly to make the Titan a ship that they could call home. To that end, the couple attempted to conceive their first child in the year 2382. However, the pregnancy encountered complications and resulted in a miscarriage. Unswayed by this setback, the couple tried to conceive another child again in 2383. Sadly, this pregnancy resulted in another miscarriage. The Titan's doctor discovered that Troy was unable to carry a child to full term because of her pregnancy with an entity some 15 years prior. This news dragged the couple through a dark depression. Troy refused to have the fetus removed and wanted instead to carry the child with her and have a stillborn death, something that Riker disagreed with because of the safety issues it posed to Deanna. For the next several months, the couple would continue to grow apart from each other. Some reports from the crew during that time stated that Riker was pulling double shifts and sleeping in his ready room. It wasn't until Troy was taken captive by the Kalar a few months later that their relationship came to a breaking point. Fearing for his wife's safety, Riker attempted to assault the planet with a strike force but was unable to complete the mission. Suffering damage to the Titan, Riker was forced to retreat from the planet and leave his wife behind. However, after getting repairs completed, Riker returned and successfully rescued Troy and her away team. But during her time with the Kalaris, Troy's damaged reproductive systems were repaired by their advanced medical technology. This miracle allowed Riker and Troy to have their first child in 2383, named Natasha Riker Troy. This medical miracle worked not only to save their child's life, but their relationship as well. The couple remained on the Titan for several more years until Riker was recalled abruptly to Earth in the year 2385. Upon his arrival, Riker was relieved of command and promoted to Rear Admiral. Frustrated, Riker accepted the promotion and his new position inside of Starfleet security. Riker was tasked by the Admiralty to begin investigations into the corruption surrounding the Federation's most senior personnel. After spending months gathering intelligence, Riker and several other admirals of Starfleet brought their case before the Federation Council. They revealed charges of murder, racketeering, assassinations, and bribery levied against the current sitting Federation President, Ishnan Anjar. Because of these charges, the President was taken into custody and a new interim leader was voted into the position. Due to his efforts during the Federation investigation, Riker was given a choice to remain in Starfleet security or take the command position for the Alpha Quadrant Frontier Zone. Wanting to get back into space, he accepted the command of the position and appointed the USS Titan as his mobile base of operations. It is recorded by the year 2417, retired Admiral Riker was reportedly living with Deanna Troi on Beta Z, with the couple being frequently visited by their 2 children and 3 grandchildren. So what do you guys think of Riker's canon future? You know, I mean, the last time we got to see him was in Star Trek Nemesis. where he was getting promoted to captain, finally, after many years of serving on the Enterprise, and taking that seat and going off to his adventures with his new wife, Deanna Troi. And it seems as though that even though they went through some really rough years, that it really worked out for them in the end. And I think that Riker and Troi had essentially a fairy tale ending where they got to retire together and live on Beta Z and get visited by their family. And it seems like they made a big difference in the lives of a lot of Federation citizens, and also, the Federation as a whole, as an entity. So I'm curious to hear what you guys think about it. Do you guys think that this ending was lame and that they should have stuck with some more of the alternate timeline endings where maybe Troi died or they got divorced and he just stayed an admiral for the next 100 years? Or what do you guys think? I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Personally, I like the ending. I think it was a nice fit to a great character from TNG for both Troi and Riker. But anyways, that's what happened to Riker after he left the Enterprise. I hope you guys enjoyed this particular video. Please throw a like and a subscribe on YouTube, and follow me on Twitter at RealKetwolski. Live long and prosper, my Trekkies!